See here. All right. Guess we'll just have to do this one then. Yeah, let's go with the iron links. Okay. What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless wonder, the man Lincoln Clay. And we are back for some LeMans Ultimate. I think it's been about a week since I streamed on either channel. And it was a combination of things. It's taking a little bit of a break. Work, fatigue, all that stuff. As far as LeMans Ultimate, actually, Project Motor Racing screwed me up. I had spent so much time on Project Motor Racing on both the PC and the PlayStation version of it that when I finally came back to LeMans Ultimate, I found it to be very, very challenging. I've realized just how technical the game is. And the game will make you pay for the tiniest mistakes, especially if you're on cold tires. So much to the point where I was kind of not enjoying it. And to the point where I thought maybe I need to take a break from this game, step back, clear my head. And then I came back to it and I was flipping back and forth between my Logitech wheelbase and my Fanatec wheelbase, which I'm sitting at my Logitech wheelbase right now. I forgot to put that in the description that I'm on my 3070 Ti PC and I'm on my Logitech wheelbase. And I actually found that I was turning in faster laps with my Logitech wheelbase. So I had to go back and forth between the two wheelbases and find out why is this happening, because there's just no way I felt like it was no way that this was supposed to happen. And it turns out that it came down to calibration on my Fanatec wheelbase. I had to recalibrate the pedals and recalibrate the steering. Now the brakes are where I want it to be. I think it's almost it's about 1-to-1 to my Logitech pedals. But the steering, I still got to tweak the steering a little bit to get it to where I like it. It still feels a little bit understeery, but I got to find a way to tighten that up, but not to the point where I get snap oversteer. I've talked about it before with my Logitech wheelbase. I actually love the pedals of the Logitech wheelbase. Believe it or not, don't get me wrong, I still love my Fanatec pedals more. Those are load cell pedals, but these Fanatec pedals they're spring loaded, but the brake pedal it appears still works on the same principle as a load cell pedal, whereas the car slows down based on how much pressure you're applying to the brake versus the super entry level wheelbases, whereas the pedals have electrometers and it's calculated that it's basically calculated that the car should stop when you push the pedal down this far. And when you're working with calculations, you're never going to get any consistency. So with these Logitech pedals, these 923 pedals, I'm getting some consistency. And then you add the force feedback from this game where the car will rattle, the wheelbase will rattle once the braking starts to become unstable. So that's a big help right there too. So we've got about 3 minutes. And so before we get ready to hop into this race, the race I originally intended to do was a 60-minute race at Monza to prepare myself for the 6 hours of Monza coming up this weekend. The entire team says they want to do it. So at this point, I just got to get with the team and see what time slot works best for everybody, because we're all in different countries. I'm in the U.S. Andreas is I think he's in Dubai or near Dubai. I can't remember exactly where he said he's at, but I know it's over there. Over there somewhere, and Hannes is in Germany. So you have a wide time difference based on Eastern time. Germany, where Hannes is at, is 6 hours ahead of ahead of Eastern time, and Andreas, his time zone, he's 8 hours ahead of Eastern time. So that doesn't leave much room for us to do a time slot where all of us will be awake. So I think in the interest of those two, I'm going to be the one to make the sacrifice and do and try to see if the fellas want to do the 4 a.m. slot. That would mean it would be 10 a.m. for Hannes and it would be noon for Andreas. And I think I'm hoping that works for everybody. Also, LeMans Ultimate or Studio 397 they are giving away a Thrustmaster T598 bundle. That's the wheelbase, the wheel, and the pedals for the 6 hours of Monza. All you have to do is register for the race and log in at least one lap. So the winners will be chosen randomly. So even if you don't want to do the race, now you would take a hit on your rating, on your ranks, if you were to go in and do one lap and get out. But at least you'd be entered to try to win that wheelbase. So naturally, I don't have much use for the wheelbase, but I'll take it. If I were to win it, I would test it. And if I find to like it better than the Logitech wheelbase, I would probably give the Logitech wheelbase away because selling it, I'm not going to get much for it because these things are selling for around $150 on eBay. All right. So let's see what split I'm going to end up in and what kind of drivers they're going to match me up with. The badges. Some people feel that the badges haven't really made a difference, that the dirty drivers are still dirty drivers and the over-aggressive drivers are still over-aggressive. Myself, the badges have seemed to help, because out of all the sessions that I've been in, the 8 hours of Sebring that I took part in last week, I got rear-ended by this idiot, and he sent me straight into a wall, and I lost the rear wheel. And when I went back and watched, oh no, I am ranked #1 in this session, meaning I am expected to win. Oh my Lord. So I'm not going to try to win this race. I'm just going to try to finish in the top 3. All right, let's get some practice in. Let's scoot my chair up a little bit too. Look at that force feedback. Look at that chatter. Oh boy, so here we go. Car setup, let's go back, check that out. New tires, balance. Take that down to 3. Oops. All right, let's go. I forgot this is no chicane. Lord, not even close. Oh my God. Split 3 and they're still hitting 137s. That's still an alien lap in split 3. This is going to hurt. So we're going to need 10. I think we're going to need at least 14.5 laps of fuel. Okay. Holy moly. So yeah, put 15 in there.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
All right. Let's see what we got here. New tires. 13. And I got 14.7 in here. The race is going to be about.
Formation lap has started.
Good thing I didn't try to go back and fix that. I'm definitely going to lose rank for this unless I finish in the top 5. on, dude. Move. Went wide and I'm going to pay for it.
Lap 152.48.
Thank you for not taking me out.
At Oleandonsic 156 said, "Yes sir, yes sir."
Dan Sock, how's it going?
Sick 156 said, "I was fired from my job because illegal immigrants are cheaper. I'm taking the company to court asking for $1 million.
What?
I'm devastated. It's racism. I'm sick of it. I'm 45 years old." Sick 156 said, "That job was important to me. They don't like locals. They fired the manager who hired me and replaced me with an illegal immigrant. Not joking."
Wow. What state you live in, Dan Sock?
Guyanese lady hired me. They fired her immediately and replaced me.
That is crazy.
At Oleandonsic 156 said, Toronto, Canada up north, brother. Lots of racist hiring practices. They won't hire local blacks either, brother. At Oleandonsic 156 said, I'm fighting for justice.
Man, that's terrible.
At Oleandonsic 156 said, I won't stop fighting for justice, brother. Said, this is Canada, we are diverse, we are supposed to be multicultural.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
At 156 said, now let's race this race.
Alright.
Oleandonsic 156 said, always a pleasure to see you. Yes, some bad news, but we bounce back strong.
Got to.
Can't give up.
I mean, the only way to go is up now.
At Oleandonsic 156 said, you on other channel later this week.
Yeah, I'll be on the main channel this weekend.
Time 140.03.
I was giving it to you. You cost us time doing that.
That time was a 140.53.
At Oleandonsic 156. Said. I've been taking lots of warm baths with baking soda that helps the aches and pains I find.
I know the feeling, snap, crackle, pop.
Lap 140.42.
Oleandonsic 156. Said. You should treat yourself to a baking soda bath if you have never tried one.
I used to, back in the days when I used to play a lot of backyard football, I'd take a bath in Epsom salt to help with the aching, yeah.
At Oleandonsic 156. Said. I'm gonna head out, my friend, he'll talk to you soon.
Alright, thanks for
He'll
dropping
let
in.
me know how my lawsuit goes against former company, he'll start the paperwork soon.
Alright.
No lawyer self-litigation. At Oleandonsic 156. Said. Take care.
Same to you. Happy New Year.
29.88.
There was a couple of minor complaints, but for the most part, it seemed to be a clean race. But I know I'm going to take a hit. I was expected to win this race. I'm going to end up taking a massive hit. Wait, leave server. I lost driver rank, but it doesn't look like I lost much. Okay. All right. We shall do this. That AMG wasn't a bad car to drive. I mean, I sucked at it, but it wasn't a bad car. Starts in 34 minutes. So yeah, today's Thursday. At some point this weekend, I'll be back on my main channel, streaming Project Motor Racing. And what time I do that all depends on after I talk to the team and figure out what time, assuming we still follow through with the 6 hours of Monza. Because I'm going to be working around that. So, and the other thing is, coming back to LeMans Ultimate. Now, the driving on the cold tires, I'm not a big fan of that. And that was something that I was talking to my teammates about, that I feel like I've never raced before, so But the impression that I got was one race I did, the track temperature was, I think 37 degrees Celsius. You convert that to Fahrenheit, which is what we go by here in the US, and that was 91 degrees. 91 degrees is hot, especially if there's humidity. If there's humidity, then that 91 degrees can easily feel like 97. At that point, the track is hot enough that you could throw an egg on the ground and watch it slowly cook. So I felt like my big gripe was, you got a track that's that hot, and it still took me about 4 laps for the tires to warm up. And I just kind of felt like that might be a little bit unrealistic, but I don't know. I've never raced before, so it's not my place to say that that's not feasible. But yeah, I mean, 97 degrees is hot enough that I probably won't come outside unless I absolutely have to. Everywhere I go, it's got to be air conditioned. My car, my apartment, work's the only place I can go where I can't control the temperature. But if I'm in my car, if I'm in my home, or choose to go to a place that has air conditioning, I can control those conditions. But in any case, 97 degrees, is something that I would prefer not to be. I would prefer not to be outside. So I'm going on and on and on, but point being is, it seemed like it shouldn't have taken like four, maybe 5 laps for the tires to warm up. And so when I do other racing games, especially if those other racing games uses soft tires, it only takes about 2 laps for the tires to warm up and get peak performance out of them, and I get good grip out of them to the point where I can be aggressive. I can make a small mistake, and the consequence is small. Here on this game, especially when the tires are cold, you can make a small mistake and the consequences are big. So I was starting to find that to be a little bit frustrating, where I can miss a brake marker by just a hair and understeer right off the race line. When you're on cold tires on this game and you go off the race line, if somebody's right on your ass, that's an opportunity for them to dip underneath you. We got about a half hour. I'm going to go grab a drink, and I will be right back. Okay, and we are back. Let me go into the settings and turn down the volume a little bit. Oh yeah, master volume's at 103. Because I had a little bit of a problem here in speech chat. I think 70 should do it. I think we'll leave the online on. Well, we'll take it down to 40. All of these look interesting. I don't know. This one's starting to look a little more interesting here. Yeah, but only, oh yeah, enough GT3s. Because I'm actually curious. You know what? Let me go back in there again and see what car everybody's registered with for the GT3s. A couple of McLarens. See, but when you see people using a McLaren, I don't know if they're using a McLaren because that's their preferred car or because they didn't pay for DLC. And like with the GT3s, they actually gave us 3 free cars. They gave us the McLaren, the AMG, and the Mustang. And the McLaren is really a good car. I think the McLaren is a car that if they didn't give it away for free, even if you had to pay for it, I think it'd still be a car a lot of people would choose. Let's see the leaderboard and see in the GT3s which car is being. So Porsche, Lambo, and Lexus. And the McLaren, his fastest lap was a 134.5. And 134.5. And he's about 6/10, almost 7/10 off the leader. So, So I'm really tempted to run this race and really tempted to use the McLaren, but right there, the number 2, Kieran Prendergrass, that is Big Prenta. And then there's Carl Eastwood right there. I've gone against him a couple of times, and I think he's appeared in the chat on a couple of my streams before. I definitely know he's fast, because I usually always see his name like in the splits that I've been in with him. He's always been like the top 2 or 3. Julian Gataga, he's on Twitch. I'm subbed to him. He's French. Doesn't really speak English, but fast is a universal language. You don't need to speak English to be fast. George Boothby, that would be UCOG, or I call him UKOG. So I don't know. I don't know what I think the UCOG stands for UK Online Gamer or something like that, because he used to do before he became a sim racer, he used to do like the Guitar Hero stuff. He's 37. He's like on ACC, no question about it. He was one of the fastest guys in the world. I think, honestly, I think he would be a little bit higher if he was 100% committed to Le Mans Ultimate, because he still does ACC from time to time. How much time? Just going through here, see if I recognize any other names, whether they're YouTubers or not. So that's the first page. 135. So only the number one guy, he's the only guy that cracked 133. So I'm going to say 134 would be the target for those who think they can do it. I think I know I hit 136s before. I believe so. I believe I might have hit 135s with the Corvette GTE, which is a different class, meaning that if I'm hitting 135s, then the aliens are probably hitting 133s easy. So I don't know. I'm torn. Whoops, not the daily races. Algarve, that starts in less than 5 minutes. That turn one that goes downhill, and it's a high speed curve, but what screws everything up is the sausage is at the bottom of that curve. And if you try to cut the curve, your car will go airborne. And once that car gets air underneath it, that's it. You're just along for the ride. I'm leaning towards really wanting to do this Autodromo, because I'm going to get plenty of time to get practice in on Monza, but I also want to experience that on the race conditions with the hypercars in there. Ooh, but the thing about this Autodromo race is there's 3 classes in here, P2, P3, and GT3. I think the P2s, they might be the unrestricted P2s, if I'm not mistaken. So they are going to be fast. They will pass you a little bit faster than the normal P2s. The P3s are the concern to me, because a person who's slow in a P3 can be caught by a faster GT3 driver. And if he falls into that mix, then that can cause some problems. Let me see how much XP I'll get for each race. So for the gold, we'll start here. So driver and safety rank is 2 times, which I'm all maxed out on the safety rank. If we go here, it's 3 times. Yeah, but if I stick with this race, I won't need as much practice because I've been practicing on this track for the past 2 or 3 days. Oh shoot, Jonathan Clifford's registered. He's a YouTuber and I consider him a friend. He's fast. He's fast. I would consider him an alien, but probably in the middle in terms of the tier, you know, fast. Or as far as aliens go, I would put them in 3 tiers, you know, like high, medium, and low. And I would consider Jonathan Clifford medium, like right in the middle of the alien tier. He was fast on ACC. Starts in 10 minutes. I could go in here and get a couple of laps in. And GT3, the fastest lap, somebody broke it. Right here, this Lewis Worrell, all week he had the fastest lap with that 149.1, and finally somebody came along and broke it. 149 flat. And my fastest lap in practice has been a 150.7. So that would put me, where would that make me rank? 150. 150 point. I think to be exact, I think I did a 150.755. And that would put me, that would have me ranked 355. So where's Jonathan at on here then? Let me back up. See if I can find him on here. You know what? Let's just go ahead and get some practice in. Yeah, when it comes to the GT3s, sadly, it looks like I'm going to be moving off of the Corvette. I finally got it through my head that different cars, all the cars had different strengths and weaknesses depending on the track and depending on your setup. Whereas, you know, I've normally been a hardhead, and I'm still a hardhead because when it comes to the GTEs, I know that the Ferrari and the Porsche are better all-around cars. The one track where the Corvette GTE seems to have an advantage is at Sebring. Not so much because of the lap times, but because it doesn't seem to eat the tires up as fast. I don't like where my chair is at. Let me scoot my chair up a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Brakes a little bit harder next time I come around that corner. Didn't care for that, but okay. actually lost time from that. Damn, gained time and lost it. Okay. Picked up a little bit of time. Let's see if I can break 150. Okay. I had the fastest second and third sector, so I can 150.8. If I can maintain that consistently, I can live with that. Hop on in. Because even though this is an endurance race, everybody's probably going to have to make at least one pit stop, but pace is still important. So when it's time to push, you have the pace. I just want to make sure that I have enough pace to kind of keep up with the middle of the pack. This is a 1 hour race. So 2-minute practice. Only 2 bad drivers in here. I don't consider rookies bad drivers because they're probably still learning. There's only 10 seconds left in practice, so there's going to be 7-minute practice. Go with this. That. All right. Let's go do a few laps. So it shows that I'm 24. I don't know if that means 24 overall or 24 in my class. Jesus. All over the place.
Lap 152.
That's not good at all.
59.
Jesus. Tried to make some micro corrections and lost time. Trying to adjust my brake markers. I know I'll get faster during the race, so it is what it is. All right, let's go.
Ain't no stopping this train. Whoa!
So this is a 60-minute race, 1 hour. Temperatures, see the track temperature is 46 degrees. So we might be talking over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Full new tires. Balanced. Start out with 3. So what was the fastest lap? 150.7, which I could have beat that.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Oh, I'm in split 8 of 10. Holy shit. Boy, bronze, they really give you the business. So let's see here. I've got a full tank. 24.6 laps. This race is I got a decision to make, so I'm gonna call it 32 laps, and I got enough for 24. So 32, 24, that's 8. So I would have to at the very least, I'm going to have to do 9 or 10
Formation lap has started.
So I might have to turn the fan on a couple of times because it's kind of... It is a little bit warm in here. Yeah, I'm going to turn the fan on for a little bit. I'll turn it down after it's some air circulating around here.
Green flag, green flag.
Touch me, please.
Lap 2:08.33.
The number one guy is behind me. Damn, I got rear damage? Where did I come from?
At Spayplayer WG4MD said, Happy New Year, Mr. Godfather.
Same to you, thank you.
2.39.
At Spayplayer WG4MD said, I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good. I've just been putting in a lot of practice behind the scenes. This weekend, we've got the 6 hours Monza coming up, so I've been practicing for that.
At Spayplayer WG4MD said, I need to practice as well, especially with the new badging system.
Yeah, definitely. And not only that, like after bouncing back and forth between LeMans Ultimate and Project Motor Racing, you're gonna find out that with LeMans Ultimate, if you make the smallest mistakes with those tires being cold, they make you pay. They gave me a track limit. Can you believe that? And it was a hefty
Gaming
one.
Legends 007 said, New Year greetings from Wakanda.
Ha! Same to you.
At Spayplayer WG4MD said, I was so happy when I went from rookie to trusted driver in just 6 races.
That's not bad at all. Where am I at? So the guy behind me, he's got a warning badge. Yep, here comes a hypercar. Damn, I got hit with another one. Damn, here comes two
At
more
Player
hypercars.
WG4MD said. Then with 3 races I went from trusted to warning. All because of a few track limit violations, a couple DNF from other drivers crashing me out.
Oh shit. Hypercar. Oh, come on, man, do it! Oh my God. What were you hesitating for? Another hypercar.
Player WG4MD said. The cost from minimal contact with another car is too high. Especially if you are the one that did not initiate the contact.
Absolutely. Damn. I'm all over the place.
Time 152.13.
Damn it. I didn't want to slow down. Took another hit. Where my tire wear at? We're about halfway through the. Okay. Damn it! Took another hit. Where's my tires at? Nobody's coming to the pits yet.
2.29.
Well, we got our first car in the pits. I had a massive frame drop. Yeah, now I got shitty frames. Yeah, now I dropped to 60 frames. I'm giving it to you, go. Oh, he's got a warning badge. One more lap and then I'll come in. Woo! That solves that. Hypercar lost control right in front of me. Nothing I can do. Wait a minute. Wait. Yeah, that cost me, but I need everything fixed. Frame rate went to dog shit. Yeah, I see some stuff flying here. Yeah, my frame rate just went to dog shit. That's the guy I let pass me. He's already lapped me. Come on, hypercar, what are you doing? Either you're gonna go or not. Oh my God, this terrible frame rate is just messing me up. I'm down to 41 frames per second. Now, I don't know if this is throttling from the GPU getting too hot or what. The game froze and then all of a sudden the frame rate just went to tank. I just cannot get that turn right. That turn right there, sometimes I get it right, sometimes I don't. In the chat, they're saying that there's a lap car, a back marker that's pushing everybody wide.
That time was a 1:53.00.
At least we're back into the 80s. Those two turns felt good, but I still lost time. I've seen the replay, and he completely lost his head. So he ruins my race with his stupidity decision. I'm looking at the chat. They're still talking about this guy ruining everything.
152.83.
Well, the only car that's about to come into the pits right now that I'm seeing, he's one lap ahead of me, so he'll get in and out before I can catch him. Oh boy, I just dropped to 13 frames. I think I'm headed for a thermal shutdown. So this stream may crash, everybody, fair warning. I'm down to 29 frames. This is horrible. I'm at 26 frames. This looks like a slideshow. We got 12 minutes to go.
Time 1:59.78.
Oh my God. I'm going to give it another lap or two and see if anybody comes into the pits. Says if they don't, I'm going to have to retire the car, which means I'm going to end up throwing away a good start. This is absolutely horrible.
Lap 156.87.
156. That tells you how bad the frame rate is. I'm going to retire. This is horrible. And I hate to do this with 6 laps to go. That is terrible. 1 second, folks. So it's running hot, but well, back up into the 80s. So I turned the space warping back on. It's running smooth again.
Lap 3, 16.44.
The frame rate is all over the place now, but at least it's better than what it was. left.
Time 1:53.28.
Jesus. I'm losing time at both these corners and I just cannot figure it out.
That time was a 1:53.52.
Probably 2 more laps. I can't figure it out why I'm losing this thing. How I'm approaching these corners and losing time. This will probably be the last lap right here, depending on what the hypercar is doing.
lap 153.33.
Time right there and know exactly why I lost it. I gotta figure those two corners out, or I'm not gonna be able to turn in good lap times. Somebody said Lincoln Clay. Somebody said, L. Clay, good job. I didn't type anything in the chat. You have a look at that chat. Right there, L. Clay, good job. I don't recall type anything in here. Unless there's another L. Clay in here. Oh, I lost another block. Now, that's the one thing that I don't like about these the driver rank of just about any game. It says right there, like qualifying, you finished 15th of 23rd. Does it show where you were expected to finish 23rd? Okay. I qualified 15th out of and I was expected to qualify 23rd. You finished 18th, and I was expected to finish 23rd. That's the one thing I don't like about this. This driver rank means nothing. Because the bottom line is, it doesn't matter what your rank is. You basically have to finish in the top half of the split in order to get any rank. If you are expected to qualify, let's say you are expected to finish 18th, right there. Actually, let me flip it around. Yeah, you're expected to finish 18th, right? And you finish 12th. You're still probably going to lose rank because you did not finish in the top half of the field. That's the one thing I do not like about this ranking bullshit. But it's like that across a lot of games, not just LeMans Ultimate. I met the requirements. I was expected to qualify 23rd. I was expected to finish 23rd. And I met both of those requirements, yet I lost rank. That just does not sit in well with me. Let's see who had the fastest. 151.2. Nobody got into the 150s. My fastest lap was a 151.7. And the fastest lap I'm seeing right here is a 151.2. And this is split 8 of 10. Man, have I fallen down that bad when I used to be in top split all the time. I would usually be in top split, top 2 splits, but I don't know. Another thing, this race. So I spoke with the team earlier this week, and I told them I don't like how technical this game is. I still love this game, but I don't like how technical it is. When the tires are cold, as I was saying, if you make the slightest mistake, they make you pay dearly for it. Especially when the tires are cold.
At SPayPlayer WG4MD said, I'm not happy with the ranking system. The math ain't mathing.
I don't like it. But unfortunately, it's not a LeMans thing. It's just the way the ranking system works on a lot of games. GT7 is the same way. What your rank is coming into the race doesn't mean shit. If you don't finish in the top half of the field, you lose rank. Now, the way the ranking system worked in low fuel motorsports was, I think, might be the ELO system over there might be actually a little bit better, because if memory serves me right, over there, same thing, you had an expectation. They gave you a rank, based on where your rank was overall. So you, short of it is, with low fuel motorsports, if you're expected to finish 15th and you finish 11th, you might gain just a sliver of rank, because I think they based it on you meeting the requirements rather than whether or not you finish in the top or the bottom half of the field. So that's what this shit comes down to. If you finish in the top half of the field, you'll get rank. If you finish in the bottom half, you'll lose rank. Yeah, I don't like it. So
at SPayPlayer WG4MD said, you can have primarily all green arrows up and 1 or 2 red down arrows and lose driving and safety rank.
Yeah. So I just lost a whole block of rank. I was on my way back to silver. And the other thing about this ranking system that I don't like is when you do get ranked, they only give you a few pennies. But if you do bad, they take your whole wallet. So right here, looking at this Mustang challenge right here, I finished 4th, as you saw. And then, so let's look at the rank breakdown. Right there, just one arrow. You were expected to finish third. I finished fourth. But in my opinion, because I still finished in the top half, I got rank, even if it was just a little. So where's my best result? It's been a while since I had a really good result. And then the crazy part is you'll have a bad race, you'll lose rank, and then the next race you go into, they actually rank you higher. So I come into a race ranked 15th. I finish 12th. I lose rank. But then the next race I jump in, I'll actually be ranked 6th. So the rank breakdown. So I gained 2 arrows of rank. I was expected to finish 13th. And right there, in my opinion, the only reason why I gained rank is because I finished in the top half of the split. Not because I...
player WG4MD said. Exactly. Not enough credit for good safe driving. But heavy penalties for someone else making contact with you or a slight track violation.
Well, my safety rank is at platinum, and it's never dipped below platinum 2. The safety rank is actually really, really easy to gain on here. I'm talking about the driver rank. Is this all wonky?
At player WG4MD said. I started playing other sims because I got so disgusted with it.
You know what, the other games, the other racing games that I play on a regular basis would be Automobilista 2. I've been playing that a little bit more regularly. Project Motor Racing and Race Room. And people talk about the floaty physics of Automobilista 2. But with Automobilista 2, it is simple. When you go around a corner, you lift and the car will stick to the track and it will go around the corner. But if you hit the throttle just a little bit before you get out of the corner, the car will start to understeer and go wide. It is cut and dry. This game right here, you can approach a corner correctly and you can lift and the car will still start to drift to the outside. You can approach a corner and you can trail brake the corner and the car starts the trail brake. The trail brake actually starts out pretty good. But then next thing you know, you go past the apex and the trail brake doesn't seem to apply enough. Now you have to lift off of the trail brake and start modulating the brake to keep the car on the racing line. So it's too much tap dancing and shit you got to do. It's too much manipulating you got to do with the fucking brake pedal with this game. I can tell you now that when Project Motor Racing finally gets its VR support, you're definitely going to see me do some races over here on Project Motor Racing. I really need to get back to start doing some more race room. So what I was going to say that before I went off the tracks, Project Motor Racing, Race Room, Automobilista 2, the point is you can make the slightest mistake and you pay a very, very, very small price. You make a small mistake, you pay a small price. With here, you make a small mistake, you pay a big price, especially on your cold tires. So the cooler the tires are, the bigger the price they make you pay for a small mistake. And that shit, it leads me to do a lot of like tinkering and micro corrections and experimenting. Those other games that I speak of, when I make a mistake, I see it right then and there. And I'm like, okay, I know exactly what I got to do the next time I come around that corner. I know not to do this again. I make the correction, and at the very least, I don't lose time. Here on this game, you can hit a corner perfectly and carry momentum out of the corner and still lose time. The only thing with this game right now, because my lap times are so shitty, the only thing I've got to hang my hat on with this game is the fact that I have Platinum 3 safety rank and that I'm a trusted driver. As far as that particular race right there, the only good thing I've got to say about this race is that I was only like a half a second off
player
the fastest lap.
WG4MD said, I have to admit, I need to become a better driver. I go too fast trying to be on the limit to stay ahead of other drivers. I heard slowing down actually makes you faster.
Yeah, that is it. It is true. Slower is faster. So when it comes to the slower is faster philosophy, some people will tell you to brake a little bit earlier, where slow in, fast out is the best way to like get through a chicane or a corner. So they'll tell you to brake a little bit earlier, but then I watched the track guys of these aliens, and these guys brake super, super late. Using Monza for instance, you know what? So I can just go ahead and finish explaining it. I'm coming down a straight, like Monza, for instance, before you hit those chicanes at turn 1. I would normally brake at 150. Sometimes I got through that corner bad, sometimes I didn't. But then you go watch the aliens and watch their hot laps and shit. They're stopping at 100 meters. Then when I used to watch ACC videos, some of those guys were stopping at 80 meters. And I would try that, and it would fly right off the track. The car just would not stop in time. It's really frustrating. And then when I see the lap times of some of these aliens, like on average, the aliens are about anywhere between 2 and 3 seconds faster than me, depending on the car track combo. Whenever I come within 1.5 seconds of the fastest lap, I'm usually okay with that. So just for shits and giggles, I'll do a few laps here. So let's go here to the leaderboard and go to the GT3s. And it looks like the Porsche, the Lambo, and the Lexus are the car of choice. So I think I'll do a few laps in here. And I think I'll try the Lexus. Where's the Mustang at? Right here. He did a 134.6. So he's 7/10 off. The Mustang, I don't.
At Spayplayer WG4MD said, yes. I watch the top drivers to see how they do it. What they do doesn't work for me. I'm trying to work on my brake pressures and more controlled throttle inputs.
The throttle input is easy. I mean, in terms of just don't smash it to the floor coming out of a corner. I mean, don't smash the pedal to the floor until you have the car pointed in a straight line. If you get past the apex and you want to apply throttle, you have to do it ever so gently until you get in a straight line. Then you can smash it to the floor. But if you hit the apex and you instantly smash it to the floor, you're going to snap oversteer. That's the easy part. Coming in is the hard part for me. Did I brake too late? Did I brake too soon? Did I turn too much? Did I not turn enough? And it produces a lot of different results. Sometimes I oversteer and I'm about to go into the grass, or sometimes I understeer and it's like I hit the corner late and now the car is about to go wide. So all that shit comes into play. I can never get that part consistent. Getting past the apex is the easy part. It's coming in that's the hard part. Because if you come into this is my belief. If you come into the apex, if you enter it good, you can make slight mistakes and still get out, and still get a decent exit. But if you come in there bad, you can't recover from it, in my opinion. In my opinion, I don't think you can come in, like if you come into the corner wide, you're not going to get a good exit. You can lift and hit brakes and shit like that to try to minimize the damage, but the damage has already been done because you entered the corner fucked up. If you enter the corner good, you can probably play with the throttle a little bit, how to get out of there. You know what? I think I'm going to do a few laps and actually try the Mustang. But hold on. Let me go back and see the leaderboard again, because I think 134 for GT3s. So I think with the GT3s I normally use a Corvette. I think I can hit 134s. I mean, not 134s, 137s, maybe 136s. Let's give it a shot. Let's try the Mustang first.
At Spayplayer WG4MD said, on another topic, I wish the Sims would allow spectating races. I learn from spectating, and I enjoy just watching sometimes.
You can go into the custom lobbies and you can spectate there. I mean, you come in as a person that's registering for the race, but you can spectate. I mean, they're not ranked races, so it's not going to hurt your rank just sitting there watching. All right. thought about switching to the Mustang permanently.
At Player WG4MD said, I will try that. Thanks. I think it's time to get some racing in myself.
Alright.
I have so many to choose from now, I'm not sure which one.
Oh yeah, sim
I will
racers.
check back with you.
Sim racers
Enjoy.
are eating good these days. Thanks for dropping in. Make sure you check me out on my main channel if you haven't. Liquid Clay VR. That's my main channel. And I will be streaming Project Motor Racing this weekend.
At Player WG4MD said, always.
Okay, sounds good. Good luck if you decide to enter in any races. What an idiot to creep back in the middle of the track like that. Damn, I missed my brake marker. it's hard to see that corner because it dips. All right. So right now I'm just experimenting. Upcoming. BMW, I'm the only Mustang in here. Ooh. That's the bad thing about these front engine cars, is if you suddenly slam on the brakes, even in a straight line, the car can start wiggling. is the bad thing about these front-wheel drive cars. I mean, the cars with the engine in the front. The back is light, so when you go over all those sausages, it makes the car hop all over the place. But in the same breath, though, the front engine, the cars with the engine in the rear or mid, then the front is light and the car will understeer going around corners. So pick your poison. I think I found out what killed me. Go ahead, idiot. I don't get it. You know, no, actually I do. Gotta, basically, if you lift with this car, you can't apply throttle until you get past the sausage, until both tires are past the sausage. So I'm right back to square one, experimenting and all this shit. This is why you guys haven't seen me for the past week, because I've been experimenting with different cars, different tracks, different reference points, different angles. So it's almost like I've gone back to the drawing board. At this point, I got nothing to lose by going back to the Corvette. Although the Corvette is probably an extremely shitty car for this track, because I have not seen anybody use it on this track. So do a couple of laps and then I think I'll wrap it up. Just grab something, grab a bite. I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. Which don't make a difference coming out of that garage cold. Understeery like a son of a bitch. Thank you for waiting, Hypercar. Appreciate it.
Time 1:52.94.
McLaren's got some straight line speed. Ooh. Oh boy. So the Corvette turns a little bit better than the McLaren, but that McLaren's got straight line speed. I'm gonna grab a drink and I'll be right back. Damn, been live going on 4 hours now. So, okay, so what I'm seeing here with going back to the Corvette is that it does turn better than the McLaren, but it doesn't seem to have the straight line speed of the McLaren. So getting out of corners is paramount. But that goes back to what I was saying. I think in order to have a chance to have a good exit, you need a good entry. All right. So the Corvette obviously doesn't like to be suddenly turned. Damn it. Made a sudden hard turn. I mean, I don't think I was going to match my McLaren times, but yeah, this car doesn't like to be suddenly turned. All right, let's try the safe setup and see what happens. Here we go with my dog shit frames. Waiting for the frames to pick back up. Yep, I think that might be the cue. Yep, my frame rates have gone back down, so I think it might be, could be some throttling going on, probably from the PC running hot. So I think I'm going to go ahead and shut it down right there. Thanks for watching, everybody. And hopefully we will do the 6 hours of Monza, and I hope to see you there. Till then, you all know the line. Wakanda forever. Long live the king, and deuces.